Hey everybody, Crystal Kitsune here, and today we are playing, again, the higher or lower game. Now, if you don't remember what this game was, it's a game where I have to guess which thing was Googled the most in a period of time, and if I get it wrong, I have to take a shot. Now, the last time I did this, I didn't have a shot glass, I just had a tumbler, which is actually for scotch, not for, taking shots of anything. But then, before I played the Would You Rather game, purchased a shot glass because I knew that I was probably going to do something like this again. Excuse me if I'm a little hoarse and cough inducing. I don't know, I just had like a cough attack right before I started recording, so if I'm still a little hoarse and you hear a little bit of wheezing, just don't worry, I'm fine. So anyway, so if you haven't seen this game before, go check out my other two videos of this particular game, and then you see what it's about. But if you don't want to do that, then you can just watch, and it's basically self-explanatory. So I basically explained it in the beginning, so let's get it on. So I already got my Raspberry here. I cracked it open already. So whenever I get one of these prompts wrong, then I have to take a shot. So we'll see how I do. Now, Bungee Jump has 1,605 average monthly searches, and Kanye West has a lot more because he's got all that stuff going on in past years, plus he's got, I think he was married to one of the Kardashians or something, and they're going off on divorce and stuff like that, so it's going to be a lot higher than bungee jumping. So I'm going to say bungee jump. Or I'm going to say Kanye West, sorry. My mind is all addled since it's a coughing fit. Okay, so now we've got Kanye West against psoriasis. Now, psoriasis is a skin condition which makes your hands look red and scaly and probably itchy. I think it's itchy, I'm not quite sure, but either way, I don't think Kanye West has less searches than psoriasis. Like, Kanye West is a lot more. So I'm going to say lower on that one. Only by 3 million, so that's kind of interesting. Psoriasis against Taiwan. Now, Taiwan, everything is made in Taiwan. Like, if you look on the back of something, it would say, like, made in Taiwan. Like, this thing here, this one's actually made in China. This thing here is actually made in China. But a lot of other things, I don't have a lot of things here on my, well, this thing here, it's a thing. It's a, intercom. Assembled in Mexico. You know what kind of gets me is, like, they make all the parts in one country and then assemble it in another country and then it comes here. It's kind of counterproductive, but whatever. Off track. I think Taiwan is more searched than psoriasis because everything is made in fucking Taiwan or China or something like that. So I'm gonna say Taiwan is higher. Taiwan is higher. No, that's surprisingly. Yeah, well, I guess more people suffer from psoriasis and want to know about it than knowing about Taiwan, where all of the things that we get are manufactured. So that means I gotta take a shot. And I was already starting to fill up the thing before I even got it really over there. So here is the shot. A half shot, not a full shot of this stuff, because after a while, I mean, it tastes good when you first try to drink it, but then after a while, it starts to get a little bit more vile, I guess you could say. So down the hatch. Cheers. It's all like popping, the little fuzz things are popping up above the rim. So now we will play a game. See if we can get to 10. I never gotten to 10. I think the most I've ever gotten was to 6. I think it says 6 on the bottom, but I think maybe, no, I think like on the first or second one we got to 10. This is not accurate because I think it reset or something. Anyway, so Radiohead, who is a musician it's a band, not a musician, because it's not just one person, it's a group. So it's a band. I'm not even drunk yet, and I'm like, not making sense. Okay, so anyway, Radiohead, 1,220,000 searches. Then you have Democracy, which I think would be higher considering the recent election of President Trump. Because I guess people are searching stuff about politics and whatnot and wonder what the fuck happened. So I'm gonna say it's a whole lot higher than Radiohead. No! I would think that it would be like... politics would be like an all-time high right now because everybody is like at their wits' end about the recent presidential election, whether you're for Trump or for Hillary. You know, I would think that a lot of people would be searching like, what the fuck is wrong with their country, you know? Well, that means I need to do another shot. Sorry, I'm like wheezing because I have asthma, if I hadn't told you before. And sometimes coughing aggravates that. I took some medicine for that, but I don't think it's actually quite kicked in yet, but I had to start recording. So if I start wheezing or coughing, it's okay. I'm sorry, because I can't really do anything about it. I usually try to take cough medicine or suck on cough drops or something, but the coughing fit that I had just before this was not easily quelled by a cough drop, so I needed to get some asthma medication and then go take some cough medicine. And it's starting to ease up, so it's a little bit better, and probably by the end of the video it'll be a lot better, but then by then it will be too late. But anyway, I digress. I end up going on tangents a lot. So anyway, here's the second shot, which is like popping. You probably can't see it, but like the bubbles are popping up above the glass. Yeah, boy. Okay, once again, let's see if I can actually get a decent score this time. Okay, Red Nose Day against Street Fighter 5. Is Street Fighter 5 like a recent game? I don't follow video games that much. I mean, I know I'm a gamer, but I'm not really a video game person. I mean, the last console that I had was an N64, and that was it. I didn't have a GameCube. I don't have a Wii. Don't have a Wii U. Don't have an Xbox. Don't have a PlayStation. Don't have any of that. I'm not really a console gamer. I'm a PC gamer. So if Street Fighter 5 is like a newer one, it kind of looks like it's newer. I did play Street Fighter with my cousin, but that was like back when it was Super NES, and that was a long time ago. Excuse me. Either way, though, I don't think that Red Nose Day is higher searched than Street Fighter 5, because Street Fighter 5, it's a video game. Of course it's going to have more searches because it is a video game, and it's a series, or it's a type of game. It's like a franchise. That's what I'm trying to think of. It's a franchise of games that's really popular. It's been popular for decades. So I'm thinking that Street Fighter 5 has more searches than Red Nose Day. And if you don't know what Red Nose Day is, not by much, that's just surprising. Red Nose Day is like some sort of holiday that they created that it's like helping children. I'm not really big on, or really in on things. I mean, I know that Walgreens is like celebrates it and like you can get a red nose or whatever, but I don't really pay attention to the commercials, so I'm sorry, I don't really know what it is. But I know it's for charity and for helping, so it's a thing that happens once a year. Anyway, Street Fighter 5 against Snapchat. Now, I actually don't have a Snapchat account. I don't have a Vine or a Snapchat or whatever all those other ones are. I think Vine just recently went out, but I don't have a Snapchat. I barely have an Instagram. And I barely have a Tumblr. I have, both of those, but I don't even hardly use social media that often. I mean, I'm on Twitter all the time. Like, when something new gets tweeted, I'm on it. But I don't, like, retweet. I don't make a lot of tweets myself. I basically just watch the people that I have followed. So, but I'm thinking that Snapchat has more views than Street Fighter 5, because as low as Street Fighter 5 is, because I'm surprised that that's actually kind of low, but as low as it is, and as how in or now or whatever Snapchat is, it's a thing, because Street Fighter's been around for years, as I mentioned, and I don't know how prevalent it is these days, because it has been around forever, but I don't know how, as low as that search count is, it's apparently not as popular as I thought it was. So with that in mind, how Snapchat is a whole lot more in and, more likely to be searched because it's, people looking to create an account, or, search up Snapchat because they forgot their account name or something, just go Snapchat because they're on a new computer or some shit and they don't have it bookmarked or whatever. So I'm thinking that Snapchat has more searches than Street Fighter 5. I go, like, on these, like, explanation tangents, but that's fine, because it's talking myself into, like, okay, this is how it is, and, trying to convince myself, I guess, but make a good point as to why I choose that particular answer. So I'm going to go higher. Whoa! 45 million. That's a lot. That's a lot of searches. I mean, I don't even search for Snapchat. I don't have a Snapchat. I don't really know what it is, essentially, but a lot of people apparently search for it, probably to find out what the fuck it is. Okay, so you have Snapchat, which is at 45 million searches, 45 million plus, against Tourette's. Tourette's is a syndrome where people blurt out things without meaning to. Like, they'll be loud and they'll just say, like, exclamations of things without meaning to. And it's actually a really horrible thing to have happen to anybody, but I don't think it's searched as much as Snapchat. I'm sorry, Tourette's people. I'm sorry if you have Tourette's and you're suffering with Tourette's, but I don't think that Tourette's is searched as much as Snapchat, because if Snapchat has 45 million searches, there's no way in flippin' hell that it's higher than Tourette's. I'm sorry. So I'm going to say lower, which is correct, because it's only 201,000. Okay, Tourette's against Schindler's List. No, Schindler's List is like a movie, question mark? I mean, I'm not really a movie person either. I'm, like, really lame. Okay, so, like, if you know me, I was like, people will, my friends, people that I talk to at school, people I talk to online or whatever, they'll be all, like, saying something about a movie or something like that, and they assume that I've seen it. And they're all like, hey, wait, wasn't that part in that movie really, really cool? And I'm like, I guess. And they're like, what, you didn't like the movie? And I'm like, I never seen the movie. And they're like, what? That was the same reaction that I got when, one friend was all psyched that there's going to be a new Star Wars movie out. And I'm like, okay. And he's all like, what? He's like, you don't like Star Wars? And I'm like, I've never seen Star Wars. And he's all like surprised, because I've never actually seen Star Wars. And I'm like, I haven't, It's just a thing that I didn't... I mean, I wanted to. I even tried to read the books at one point, but, like, the books are way thick, and I just couldn't get through them. But I finally buckled down, and I finally watched, 3, 4, 5, and then, which are the original ones back in the 70s, and then 1, 2, and 3, which are the not remakes, but the newerest ones that happened, like, in the early 2000s, late 90s. And then I haven't seen Rogue One yet, so that's one that I need to check out. And then the new one that's coming out, which is the Star Wars story, or not Rogue One, but that's the Star Wars story. The other one, whatever one, I don't keep up with all the Star Wars stuff and everything, so I don't know. I mean, I know the characters' names only because of, tropes, TV and movie tropes. But that's because it is a big franchise, and a lot of people, are into the franchise. So that's the only reason why I knew the names of the people and kind of the basis of the story. But then finally I went ahead and watched the movies. And I'm getting way off track. I'm like sitting here talking about something that's not really relevant to this particular thing. So Tourette's has 201,000 searches against Schindler's List, which is I'm guessing is a movie. So I'm thinking that Schindler's List, which I think is like a really popular like cult classic movie, so I'm gonna say that it's higher searched because of the fact that it's a cult classic. And sorry for going on that tangent. I didn't really mean to talk for like probably about 5 minutes. Okay, so Schindler's List. No, it doesn't. It has less searches than that. That's surprising. I guess maybe because it looked like it was an old black and white movie, so it's probably not as prevalent as it is or should be or whatever. So here is shot number 3. I got to 3 right, which is better than the 1 and the 0 that I got for the first 2 rounds. One more time. I got a few minutes left. See how long it takes me to fuck up this time. And I had a slow go too because it was like I had the coughing fit and I was getting everything set up and stuff. So anyway, Monopoly has 1,220,000 average monthly searches. And Monopoly, even though it's like a pretty old game, they've made so many versions of it. Like, for fans and stuff, they made fan versions of this game that's got the characters and things like that from TV shows, cartoons, Pokemon, My Little Pony, Supernatural, I think, has one, Star Wars. So anytime there's, like, a movie or a cartoon or something like that that's really super popular, they'll make a Monopoly set out of it. So if you collect Monopoly sets, you need to rethink your life choices. Because those things are expensive to start with, and 2, if you don't have anybody to play with, and you're just collecting them, they're kind of worthless. I mean, not until, like, you keep them for maybe forever, and then you can sell them to other collectors, but usually the reason why you collect something in the first place is because you want to keep it. Not to save until later, and then sell it off to somebody else. But that's just my theory. So, Monopoly against Schweppes. Now, I think I've heard of Schweppes. I've never seen them in the stores, but it looks like it's some sort of sparkling water or soda or something. Since I never heard of it, I can't say that it's for sure higher or lower than any thing else. So I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say it's lower. Okay, it's lower. Donnie Darko, who the fuck is that? I have no idea who Donnie Darko is, and it looks scary, whatever. It just looks like a freaky rabid, like, skull rabbit thing. Sorry if I'm like making fun of this character, but I'm sorry, I don't know what this is, so, or what it is, who it is, what it's from. Kind of looks like a fucked up like character from Five Nights at Freddy's, like Bonnie, because it looks like a suit. So it looks like a rabbit on, I don't know, but I think it's gonna be lower because I don't know who the fuck it is. Oh no, it's not lower, it's higher. Why? Why does it have to be higher? I didn't do very well on this particular episode. I, don't know a lot of the stuff. So, here's the shot. It looks a little fuller than the last one, but... And if you hear that, it's just rain. I mentioned before that we have skylights up there, and sometimes when it rains pretty hard, you can hear it up on the roof. So... It's just like plastic or whatever that stuff is called. So anyway, I'm almost out of time here. I'm sorry that I failed horribly at this particular episode of Higher or Lower. I couldn't think of the name of the game for there for a second. Because I was busy watching the Chihuahua fall off the couch. So thanks for watching, everybody. If you like this video, make sure you give a like and share with your friends. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Check out the website. The link is in the description below. Also, go over on this side. There'll be a video that YouTube suggests that you check out. If you go over in the middle, there'll be my face. You can click on that and go subscribe if you haven't done that yet. And over on this side will be a link to my merchandise store, which will take you to go get some merch if you're interested in getting some merchandise. And I thank you everybody for watching and being patient with me while I had health issues. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.